I do believe that is human nature for people to make assumptions.
Being a young Muslim woman who grew up post 9/11, yeah, I think a lot of my experiences have been with assumptions, and it could be as simple as going to the airport and the way people perceive you, or you go to the grocery store and the person, they're nice to everyone around you, and then when it comes to you, they just become very cold. No matter how much you smile, no matter how kind you are, people assume that you don't speak English. Even though I was born and raised in this country and English is my first language. People have this assumption when they see Muslims, and they think of violence, and they think of people who aren't kind. So I always feel like if maybe I go the extra step, maybe they'll realize, like, we are nice.
And I think you bring up a great point. For me, it's the kindness factor. It's how can I showcase to you that we're all one team, whether it be at the Hartford, whether it be in the grocery store line. We work better together. Too many times people lose patience with others, especially if they make the assumption going on, okay, English isn't this person's first language. I'm frustrated now. So how do we get people to understand that frustration leads to impatience, which does not lead to either good life decisions or business decisions?
My mom moved here when she was 22, so she still has an accent, and we are a country of immigrants. And what people do growing up is that they would talk to my mom, but they would look at me. So it's as if maybe she may not understand. People don't realize, like, growing up, she used to correct my grammar. She used to tell me when I'm saying that's wrong in the English language. And I think that was a hard assumption I dealt with as a kid because I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I'm first generation American as well. My mom's from Trinidad and Tobago. They speak English there, but you're talking heavy accents. It's a British colony. And no matter what, if it's a call from the doctor, if it's my first day at elementary school, the assumption that she wasn't savvy enough to understand that, here's how Justin's doing. Let me slow down how I'm speaking to you, because they could barely understand her. She's an ESL teacher. She's teaching other people English, and she would correct my grammar as well. Because I do say I'm Trinidadian, but I'm also American.
My family's Pakistani, but I'm also American because I was born and raised here. My biggest pet peeve growing up, people ask me, where are you from? And I was that obnoxious kid who'd always be like, I grew up in Hamden. So I'd be like, I'm from Hamden. And then you'd see their face and they're like, no, like, I hate, where are you really from? Right? And that's what I struggled with a lot as a kid because I was so afraid of, I'd say my family's from Pakistan. I was afraid to say I'm Pakistani American because I felt like people would immediately take away the American part and associate me with a country that I didn't actually grow up in, even though I have totally taken in the culture and I love it. But that's probably something I think most first.
Or the question of where are you from? You look, I get that.
Of course.
I can't tell.
And I think growing up now, I've learned how to deal with those questions. This whole process it teaches you a lot of patience. It teaches you how to be kind to people.
Because it's not coming from a bad place.
I look visibly different. I remember when I was applying for jobs after college, I was kind of warned about dressing a certain way. So I usually wear a lot of dresses, and someone's like, don't wear a long dress. Try to wear a pantsuit. Then people would warn me, you're gonna walk into an interview and someone may have a bias. They may see you, and you're not gonna get the job, even if you're qualified for it. And I don't think people realize how big of a struggle that is. I wear my scarf out of pride. I've worn it for so many years, and I wear it out of choice. And to know that something that I do personally is going to affect my career and where I want to be and what I want to become, that's why it's such a personal thing for me to actually feel included somewhere, because I've grown up in a place where there's so many places that I don't feel included. We're doing the right thing.
Right on.
I wish I had more hours like this in my life.
This just doesn't feel good. This feels tremendous.